There we go, live. How about that? And do I set it where I can see people's comments, or does it matter at this point?
That's gonna be showing over here in the chat.
Chat. Okay, I'll go there.
Hmm.
All right, cool, cool. So, we're live, everybody. It's Rodell in the ATL, and we're setting up and getting ready to launch a brand new phase of a Taste of Tradition Radio Network by having a podcast. And it's going to be called Real Talk with Rodell. We're going to have some interesting topics and some interesting conversations with people of all backgrounds, all ethnicities as well. And but today we're sort of doing what we call a trial run, where we have people to come on, and we got a young man here by the name of Krim. He's a web designer, and he's actually the one that actually helped me get to this far in this process, because I tell you, boy, technology has gotten so advanced nowadays until you be like, wow, what's next? And you got to keep up. If you don't keep up, man, it's gonna be like you get lost in the shuffle. You really do. And a lot of people don't understand that you've got to, in order to stay up on technology, you got to always keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. I was at a conference this past weekend, and that was one of the topics that one of the instructors said is that you never stop learning, continuously learn, keep learning. You got to always find a way to learn what's the next step in this whole process. So my man Krim he's been with me through the whole process. He actually reset my website, which is a tasteoftradition.com. He also came along and told him what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a podcast. He was like, "Oh, let's do it." So, Krim, tell him how we got
Yes,
this
sir.
thing started, man. How this conversation got going.
Well, we talked about expanding your business one way with the rebrand of the website, and then after that, we had came over the discussion of possibilities of other things that we can do with the brand. And so, like you said, we talked about doing a podcast, and we saw that we can do a lot more with things. And so, I think this is a great first launch of everything because this is just one of what four things that we talked about.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm.
So, yeah, this is one of those other phases of the network that we're going into. We actually had a conversation, a meeting just before we came on there about another phase that's coming along real soon. We won't mention it right now, but it's coming together, and I'm excited.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so yeah, tell. So now, first of all, tell people the duties of a web designer.
Well, it really depends from person to person. So, what I do rather, I figure out what somebody wants to do with their website, and then from that, I try to break it down and organize it where it looks pretty and it's still functional.
Yeah,
So some people actually design the whole thing from scratch. Some people only make it pretty. Some people only focus on the experience and like memberships and stuff. So there's a lot of things that go into that.
and I guess what you do is come along and um, uh, cater it to their stats or whatever they desire. I guess is that it?
Yeah, I ask people usually two questions. What do they want to do as far as like what are their goals with the new website? Like if we make you a new website, why do you want a new website? And then after we get that information, we go ahead and ask things like, if the website was good, what would you like to go ahead and do with the new website and things like that? So like after it hits this goal, what's next? So then we align with all that.
Yeah, because I guess what you do is come along and kind of whatever their desires are, you cater to that need and make it compatible to what they want. And so yeah, I was already doing a online radio show live in the evenings at 7 p.m., which I still do. However, I wanted to add to that element of not only just doing music, but I wanted to have talk as well, where people could engage and we have conversations and talk to important people that had expertise in certain topics. And so I went to Camp Krim and I said, "Man, I want to get in the podcast, man." He was like, "Oh yeah, we can do that. We can make that happen."
Yeah, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, man.
Um,
That's go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh no, one of the things I was gonna say, just watching you, when you first got into the dashboard, and you were just like, yeah, I don't know what none of this is. Now, like you hosting it and running it, setting it up.
Right.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man, because I was like, people, let me tell you something. I was clueless. I was clueless. I had no, I told Krim, man, slow down. I don't know nothing you saying. I have no understanding of what you're saying. Can you put it in layman's terms?
He said, "Man, I can't do it like that. Wait, wait, slow it down.
Yeah,
Wait,
man.
press that again."
And Krim is the kind of guy with he talk real technology, real tech, and he gets real in depth when it comes to the technology. But and I was like, bro, can you just give it to me? I'm a illiterate when it comes to technology anyway. So if you can just break it down to a 60-year-old man, I ain't gonna say exactly my age, but in that range, you know, where I can understand it. He was like, oh, okay, then let me show you. Then he would give me an example, right? Whether it's about football or whether it's about a game or whatever, and he would analyze it that way where I can understand. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I got it now. I got it now.
We're gonna figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah, so it makes sense. In other words, it makes sense. And so coming on with the podcast was one of those things I've always desired. I see a lot of people do it, even though it's trending now. Let's just be honest with everybody. It's trending. It's what's going on. It's what everybody's into now. Let me ask you a question. With this situation, I'm sure you heard about this recently, where they're trying to ban TikTok. What's your thoughts on that, Krim?
I mean, all right, so also on the outside looking in, full transparency, I don't use TikTok. So like I never had the app, never
Okay.
used it. Uh, I don't know. I mean, to me personally, I took it like, let's say, um, like Vine, right? I
Mhm.
had Vine at one time. So if they was to like shut down Vine because I was still using Vine, and tell them that they had to sell it, or and it's for my protection, I think that's kind of crazy because there's a lot of other things I can think of that would put me in danger more than a TikTok video, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
that's one app. And like I could think of a lot of other apps that do more damage to people than TikTok, but you
Yeah,
know.
but I think what was more the specifics as to why people were really up in awe about it was the fact that there are a lot of people making money off of TikTok, man. You know, doing videos and
Right.
their viewer uh, count made them allowed them to make money where they could just sit home and make videos and collect checks basically. And so I think the government is just trying to get a handle, if you will, a handle on and control of what people do on social media. And it's like any other social outlet you use, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. They have a way of controlling you on how you handle it. You know, I remember when I started out doing on Facebook Live doing my shows, they would mute me when I would play music because they didn't have the rights to the song. And so I got it. I was like, okay, they don't have license for that song to be played. So they would mute me out when the song was playing, but when I would go to talk, they would bring me back on live. And it is here again, it's another way of controlling you. So I think that's the same thing is happening with TikTok. Um, People were making money, of course. I understand. I even saw where what's his name? Bootsy Badass. Let's just keep it real. He was like, that's one of the main places he make money, and also Cat Williams make money off of Facebook. They say they make a lot of money off Facebook. So here again, it's about that controlling it. Once they find out you making money, it's like they don't want you to make but so much. I would
Mhm.
say.
Yeah, because I don't really like how they did the whole thing. Because my thing is, like, again, like you brought up, it's a social media platform. Mark Zuckerberg um, has two social platforms. He has Facebook, he has Instagram, three,
Right.
sorry. He has Threads, which is like Twitter.
Okay.
Um, and you can't really make money off of Threads yet, but like you can make money off of Instagram, you can make money off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook has a gaming community and everything that streams live, and you can make money off of it. They have live shows, comedians, podcasts, you know what I'm saying? And my thing was that because it was American or done on American soil, there was no problem. They're saying that they want TikTok to be bought um by somebody, pretty much that they have to sell it. And I think that that's crazy that, this is America where, we have business and things like that. Like, it's supposed to be, go out there and live your dream and build it from the dirt and all this other stuff. And you gonna go ahead and tell them people they have to sell their business.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's so what's happening here again, government is trying to control everything when it comes to social media. For the longest, social media was free. In some
Mhm.
instances, it's still free. But as the old saying goes, the old people used to say, ain't nothing free, baby. You're gonna have to pay one way or the other.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what's going on. And speaking of gaming, that's your field line of work. What is that like? I hear a lot of people into that too. That's big, that's real trending. A lot of people into gaming. What's gaming like? What is that about?
It's fun. It's like, I like to tell people like we still nerds, so it's kind of like you know how people play chess and then they be like I'm a grandmaster or something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that experience through different mediums. So like I can be a high rank, like I can be a predator level and Apex Legends, or I can be a high level in Tekken. Tekken 8 just came out, and my friends keep saying like we waiting on you before we get too high in the ranks to do it because it's a fighting tournament thing. And so on my spare time, that's actually the game I'm about to pick up. So just and it's crazy because I remember being a kid getting in trouble, and your people always would say something like, them games ain't gonna pay your bills and stuff. And every time I see somebody make like $10,000, I said to the, I like, if only I gamed hard enough. That's crazy. So like, I
Wow.
think that's great that people are actually making money off of something that they enjoy, like sports.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought up sports because I love sports as well. What 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 got you into gaming though? I mean, what was the initial passion for getting into gaming for you?
Really, it was like the imagination. Like I like, I'm a designer, so I like making things look pretty and the functionality of things that look pretty. It can't just look pretty, it has to like serve a purpose and stuff. So um video games was just the interactive media that, so like I can create the world and I can shape this world and I can shape this story. And so like I like that and I like that aspect of it. So that's really what drawed it to me. And then like the same way like how you talk about sports and how you would hang out with your friends and talk about sports, I
Yeah.
would get that same feeling from a video game. And so like other people, like for instance, somebody was telling me about this basketball play where basically to me it sounded like the team passed the ball around 4 times and somebody hit a shot. I said that was way too much. Why you ain't just shoot the ball if this the game winner and all this stuff, right? And so the way the dude was just like so energetic about whoever did whatever. And it was like the buzzer beater and this man stared down at him and he was clapping and everything. And I was like, cool. To me, that's like, so when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And this dude had three negations on the field and I destroyed the whole board and won the duel, that's what it was like to me. So for you, it's that basketball. For me, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. And
Wow.
same feeling.
Got you. Got you. So you see, people, there's passions in a whole lot of things that we get involved with and don't realize. Yet I have a passion for that. Like for instance, a person has passion for cooking. There's some people that have a passion for swimming. And people have a passion for just exercising on a regular. They just uh fanatics when it comes to exercising. They like to walk, they like to jog or whatever, play basketball. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a passion for whatever it is you love doing. And so that's why I often wondered what really got you started. Me personally got me started in radio. I had an English teacher said to me in the 11th grade, she said, "You need to get into broadcasting because that's you got the voice, and you will be good at it." And I pursued it, and here it is, 35 plus years later. I'm still doing radio, and so thank you, Miss Eccles. I remember her name and everything.
That's awesome, man. She called it.
Yeah, 11th grade, man. English teacher, man, told me you'll be good. And so, yeah, man, you got. I think people need to not only pursue their dreams, but what their passion is, because it's like if you like doing something, they say you never have to work a day in your life. So as long as you love it,
Facts.
yeah. So now this podcast we're going to be doing, entitled "Real Talk with Rodell." We're going to really get into some conversations, people, that you probably not going to recognize me. Could be like, that's Rodell talking like that. Yeah, because we've never had a platform where we can really express ourselves, and where it won't be censored, I should say. I want to get into conversations, man. That let's just have talk. Let's just talk like grown folk. Now, if you ain't grown, you don't need to be on here. You don't need to talk to me. You know what I mean? Is that right, Crim?
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, they're gonna be conversations, man. They're gonna be very. I'm gonna be very candid. I'm gonna be very transparent. I'm gonna keep it real, and um, I'm gonna probably say some things that you ain't gonna like to hear, or probably say some things you be like, I ain't know he talk like that. See, but it's because it's freedom of speech, man. We got to be able to express ourselves, and I think a lot of times when we don't express ourselves, we limit to ourselves to moving forward, or we don't really get people to know who we really are. Because people think they know you, but they don't really know who you are. Do they really know you, Cream, as a web designer?
No, bro. And that's the funny thing, cause like I love when people tell me these. They always got two stories. It's either the cousin Pookie story, well, cousin Pookie do it this way type stuff, and then the second one is according to Google. So they Google something and they according to Google, and it just dog. I don't give a fuck what Google tell people, bro.
Or YouTube, or all them other places?
Or whoever, like, unless you say Jesus told you this, and I'm gonna need documentation. You hear me? Like, I don't really be caring.
Unless Jesus show you this.
And I, like I said, I need the documentation too, because I don't know. He might have told me something else.
Right.
Oh
Exactly.
man.
Because people are always going by what, like a good point of view is. You'd be surprised to hear people say, "Well, my pastor said." Oh, nobody care about what your pastor said. What is it?
Right.
What do you believe the Bible says to you? You know what I mean? But a lot of times people get into those personalities, and they let a personality control their whole life. You know something?
Mhm.
A personality will control your whole life, opposed to you having a mind of your own. Mm, that
Yeah,
ought to
that's like
that
one
ought to
of the
be.
things that somebody was talking about. Something I heard that was just stupid. So I was like at Walmart or something, and this lady was talking about like the stuff in Gaza, and she was just like, that's messed up. She was like, I don't care if they was white babies, black babies shouldn't die. That's
Yeah,
grown folks' business. Now, if the adults won't be stupid and kill each other, let them do that. But
right.
for them to drag kids into it, that's disrespectful.
Very much.
So the person behind me says something. Now I'm thinking, I'm kind of messed up. So I leave my thoughts to myself. So the person behind me was like, what you said, like a white woman shouldn't be saying that because she might be a Jew. Nigga, what? I was like, what?
Yeah,
I was like, that was a legitimate point that Shawty said. And then you weren't about you make it like that got on my nerves. But the thing that made me mad was like when I looked behind me, it was another white person, and I was just like, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, baby, that's a culture thing. I don't know. All I know is I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, like I agree that, kids shouldn't be brought into no adult stuff. I
yeah,
think that the whole thing is stupid, especially if that's the political, whatever. I don't care. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like that's not right. That's still a human being in a life.
Exactly. That's about like the old saying goes, when you're raising kids, that kid didn't ask to come into this world. You made that happen. And because
Mm-hmm.
you're making that happen, that means you need to protect that child at all cost. But a lot of times, like you say, different countries, man, they don't seem to care about the kids, nor the mothers or the females. And it's crazy how this world is so warped now to where you're not concerned about certain genres of people or generations or people at large. And so that's why we've had wars before, and I believe we're gonna have some more wars. So wars are prevalent, are evident that's gonna happen in our world. So that's just one of those things, man, we got to deal with. And so, yeah, those are the kind of things, everybody, we'll be talking about on Real Talk with Rodell on the podcast. And we want you to chime in with us. We want you to have your comments. We'll, of course, post them from time to time. See you, whether you're coming from LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, or the network, tasteoftradition.com. We're going to make sure we, of course, give you an opportunity to be heard and voice your opinion, because there's a lot of things that need to be discussed. And a lot of times people get so frustrated with the world at large or the government until they do some radical things that they could have been avoided if they'd have just had conversations about it. So, because I was watching a show a while ago, the guy just wanted to kill himself because he felt like he was to blame of things the way it happened, and because the girl tried to talk him down, he felt like that wasn't good enough. But in a lot of cases, yeah, we need to talk, man, have conversation, because our brain be so blowed up until we want to explode. So we need to have conversations, man. Talking is good for you. It's good therapy too. How about that?
Yeah, man. Let it out.
Let it out. That's it. Let it out, because if you keep it in, somebody gonna get a benefit of it in the wrong way. They'll be like, man, what happened? What's wrong with you? That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What you dealing with? What triggered you off? What set you off? So that's the kind of stuff, man. So tell us a little bit more, Krim, about the designing piece that you do and how you what it takes to set a person up with the website if they're interested.
Well, right now, so I kind of got overbooked. So on some dramatic marketing stuff right now, I actually
Really?
broke my website. Like,
That's a good thing.
like that's not a good look. I was like, fuck them. I don't care. Like, it's my website.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. If you stay at the top of the website, it look good. If you click on Start Project, you can go ahead and reach out to me. It's got to be next month though. It can't be this month at all.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, for the most part, just reach out and have an idea. Don't just want a website. I'm gonna send you the Fiverr. I don't advertise, and I I don't care. So like, yeah, save your money, go to Fiverr if you don't have a game plan. But if you actually want some kind of result where you actually know what you want to do, like a e-commerce, or you got your business and you want to put it online, we can make that happen. Just go to my website at KariMaru.com. I'm gonna spell it out for y'all.
So you might need to spell that out.
Yeah. It's KRIMIMARU.com. Just look for the purple unicorn.
Yeah. Karimi Krim. Do it again. See, I don't mess it up.
KariMaru.
There you go.
Krim
Karimi. There you
Mimaru.
go. Yeah. So this brother do a great job, man. I was introduced to him to another friend of mine. He's not located where you might be, but he know how to make it happen wherever you are. So I'm in Atlanta, and he's in Louisiana, the state of Louisiana. So that just goes to show you, man, you don't have to be in the same neighborhood. You don't have to be in the same background or city. Whatever needs to happen, that can happen for you. So, and that's why we're going to bring this podcast to the forefront and get some real good conversations going on. I've got some guests already lined up for the shows, hopefully starting next week. And we're going to look forward to having you guys on board with us. So, any thing you want to close out with, Clint Graham?
Nah, man. Oh, That's another thing, man. I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad. I ain't gonna lie. You know me. I'm gonna call you out on something. So I
Yeah.
was expecting you was gonna use one of your ticker buttons or something. Yeah, well, you ain't pressed not one ticker button yet.
No, because I was like, I don't want to mess up anything. I saw
Nah, man,
I,
press some button. This episode one. It don't matter.
I wanted you to come here, and then I want
There you go. Let them know you know it. Yeah, this your stuff.
come down here, and then do let's see, do you hear? Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing, Doc. I don't.
Oh man, I had to put you on the spot. I thought you was gonna go ahead and put yours, but there you go. Look. I thought you was gonna go ahead and put this on there so they have your information on how to
Yeah,
contact you to be
see,
a guest and stuff.
there you go. If you want to be a guest on the show, you can always email us. I'll call us at 470-743-0516 or email us at info at a taste of tradition.com. That's 470-743-061. I'm on 0516. Or you can contact us at info at a taste of tradition.com, where we can always have conversation and get you set up for a great interview right here on a taste of tradition.com. Man, my man, Krim, of course, he's helped me get this far, everybody. And I'm still learning. So be patient with me, as the song say, God ain't through with me yet. You know what I'm saying? And so then we'll go, let's try this one here. That don't do nothing. We'll just go back here and do it like that. So like that. Yeah. And then bring you up a
Yeah,
little closer. There we go. Okay.
there you
Man,
go.
I enjoyed this, man, because it gives us a feel as to how this ought to go now, because there's some people gonna connect eventually, and I ain't concerned about whether they connect today. This will be out there. Will we be able to post this, or we're just
It's
gonna?
already posted. It's
Oh,
actually I shared it on my Facebook. Yeah.
cool. So then that way people will know that we'll be coming soon. So yeah, keep looking out for a Taste of Tradition Radio podcast, everybody, with yours truly, Rodale and the ATL. I'm excited. And my first guest, of course, we just launched it with my friend Krim, the web
Yes,
designer. Man,
sir.
thank you so much, man, for getting me to this point, Krim. I tell you, man, it's been a struggle. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a struggle. But we getting there,
For real
y'all.
though.
Yeah, man, we getting there a little bit at a time, man. So we right at 30 minutes, man. So that's not bad. Not bad. Do a little conversation there as to what's to come. What's to come is a Taste of Tradition radio podcast. That's what's to come. But you can always tune in to a taste of tradition.com 24/7. Great music, man. Great gospel music. And all I'm doing is giving you some good news from the network. All right. Thank you, guys. Always imparting. We'd like to thank you, God, for giving me one more chance to minister through music and conversation. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. Until the next time, y'all be blessed, man. Later, Krim.
Peace, brother. Peace, y'all.